This is ESPN ESPORTS. I'm Ardo Okel. At this point, gearing up to opening weekend of the Call of Duty League, we know every single roster of all 12 teams in the league. That is, except for one, the Florida Mutineers. We have not heard a single peep, a single word officially on who is on this roster. In fact, when the Florida Mutineers announced their name and logo at the end of October, half the league had already announced their rosters. So it's very interesting to see when this announcement will be made, if at all, as we get closer to opening weekend. I did have a chance to speak with Mutineers general manager Ogre 2, who did say that he did give the players extra time to come to Florida so that they could create announcement videos in person. So announcements are coming. But you gotta wonder who will be on this roster. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of thoughts going around. I have two names that come to mind. Prestini, of course, a member of that World Championship E United team, a formidable player in his own right, and one of the highest ranked, or at least on any sort of rankings that you would put together, players still available, presumably, for any roster. And of course, Frosty, the Halo legend, who switched to Call of Duty in 2018, most recently playing for Midnight Esports. Those are two names that come to mind, but you can let us know who you think will be part of the roster of the Florida Mutineers. One last thing I want to say, though. If it were me making this announcement, if I was in charge of how this information would be sent out to the public, I wouldn't make an announcement at all. At this point, all eyes are on the Florida Mutineers. Everyone is waiting. Who's going to be on the roster? How will it be announced? Every other team has already made an announcement. The Mutineers are in a club of one right now. I'd let Thanksgiving go, through the holiday season, into the new year, here comes 2020, nothing. And then, if this is allowed, I'm sure it's not, I'm sure there's some bylaw that prevents this in the Call of Duty League documents, I would simply have the players walk on stage for their first match opening weekend in Minneapolis, and that is the first time you officially see the roster. Sure, there might be leaks. We might hear who's on the roster from some intrepid reporters. But hey, officially, that's the first time we see it, and believe me, that would create a whole lot of social media buzz.